previous interviews you were doing, you mentioned how, well, I got the sense like you're kind of wanted the opportunity at some point to fight Rigondeaux when you were an amateur. Talk a little bit about that. I thought that was like the most interesting thing because, you were highly decorated, he was highly decorated, and now you guys are in the pros, different weight classes, but...
Well, like I say, I was always wanting to be an Olympian versus a world champion, and he was one of the most decorated Olympians in my weight division. We competed at 54 kilos at the time, and it was always Rigondeaux. I know he had won the medals a couple times. I always wanted to fight him. I was like, man, I know I can get him. I know I can get him. And I wanted to fight him, and I think I gotten sick. Got ill, and Rashid Warren, he was a weight class under me, and I think it was the Pan Am Games. I didn't go and compete in the Pan Am Games because I was ill, and Rashid, he didn't want to make his weight, so he moved up and fought in my place, and he fucking fought Rigondeaux. I was pissed. And Rigondeaux, he said that was his that Rashid was his toughest fight that he's had in his career, in his amateur career. He only beat him by like 2 or 3 points or something like that. He beat Rashid, but I was pissed because that was the fight that I wanted. I wanted that, I wanted to test myself, I wanted to challenge myself, and I wanted to prove to everybody else that nah, this is where I belong. This the guy that won these medals. Oh, I'm about to show you what I can do to him, And I never got the opportunity to do it, but it's cool, man. Everything happens for reasons.
Is it out of the realm of possibility that it could still happen in the pro ranks? I know you guys are, a few weight classes separated, but is it something where maybe you could meet in the middle?
I think we're going just in two completely different ways at this point. He's moved back down to 118. I'm planning on moving up. So, yeah, I think we're just going in two completely different directions. It was something that I would definitely have loved to give. I would have definitely loved to fight Rigondeaux. I would have loved to fight Rigondeaux and Nonito. Them the two guys that I really wanted to compete against.
Well, Nonito has shown that he can move up and down in weights. That would be an interesting fight. He looked great in the last two fights.
Hell yeah, he looked good his last one. He looked good. I approached him his last fight. I was like, I approached him. I walked up to him like, Nonito, what's up? I'm like, I always wanted you, right? He started laughing. He told me that I was a great champion. He said, I think that would have been a very tough fight. I guess for himself, but I think he's one of the guys that truly, and Rigondeaux, that really has a fighter's heart. He has a fighter's heart. Regardless if Rigondeaux feel as though I'm a better fighter than him, or Nonito feel as though I'm a better fighter than him, I still feel as though that if the opportunity presented itself, both of those guys would be willing to take the fight. That's what I like. That's what the fuck a fighter's supposed to do. So that's what matters.
I could just tell from your energy and what you're saying, you're an old school guy and you pride yourself in fighting the biggest challenges. What do you make of the new crop, the new fighters coming up, and do you feel they possess that same thing?
Hell nah, the sport getting weak. The sport is getting weak and it's getting watered down. They got YouTubers fighting in this shit now. Are you serious? Come on, man. The sport getting weak, man. This is a real gladiator, barbaric sport. You have people that don't want to fight other people because they feel as though they might lose or it's too much of a task or too much of a risk. That's some sucker shit. I'm a real dog. I'm really cut from that old school Croft with the Marvin Haglers and them guys back there. That was more my speed. All of them dudes fought. They fought whoever, whenever, wherever, however. I'm one of them type of people. I want to fight the best. You say how much you weigh? Cool beans. I ain't tripping off the weight. I meet you at the catch weight. Let's put this shit on the line. I'm willing to test whatever I got against whatever you got. I know I could bring the bitch out of him in this ring. I'm one of them type of fighters. I can't help it.
Given that, then who would you want?
I'm pretty sure you've seen my interviews. You know who I wanted. I definitely wanted the Gervonta Davis. I still want him. I wanted to break my foot off in Leo. Leo's ran away from me for the longest. He was in my weight division. We could have made it happen. Everybody that was in 126 when they was fighting, however you want to look at it, whether it was Shakur Stevenson, whether it was Josh Warrington, whether it was whoever the guys was at the time, when they had the opportunity to compete against me, none of them guys was in the rush to get in the ring with me.
Curious, what'd you make of Tank and Barrios and him moving up to fight a guy like that?
I thought it was a very, I thought it was a strategic fight that it was strategized and it almost fucking backfired. It was a real strategy fight and it almost backfired. They're cherry picking. They cherry picking. What I mean by that is they picking the easiest task, or whoever they feel as though the easiest task or the easiest fight is, and fighting that person. And with Barrios, he was fucking losing. Floyd had to come in the corner and tell him, hey, you down on the scorecard. You gotta get this guy out of here to win this fight. Even when he was competing against Leo, he was losing that fight. He was down on the scorecards in all the rounds until he hit Leo. You know, so I think it was strategic. I know for a fact he ain't gonna stay his ass up there at 140. He ain't gonna stay at 140, not with that performance. He need to bring it. He still got the title at 130 or something like that. Yeah, the Super WBA or something. Yeah. He need to come back down here, man. Come back down here, come holler at us for a little bit. He need to come back down here, come holler at us, man. That's all.
A big thing that was said by his promotions company, by Leonard, is he's moving up 2 weight classes. Like, Barrios is a dangerous guy. Like, you shouldn't criticize him for moving up with a bigger guy like that.
They trying to man, trick and bamboozle the fans and the people. Don't try to tell me that it's this when I know it's that. Barrios is, I don't want to disrespect him, but he's definitely a fighter. But shit, I can't really say that because he was beating Tank. He was honestly beating Tank. I'm pretty sure that he was the easier of all of the other champions that's up at that weight division.
Taylor's the only one. Taylor's the undisputed.
Exactly. They ain't go at him. They gonna pick something that's a little lighter that they think they can do. And even with it being a little lighter, they almost got the short end of the stick. It almost bit him in the ass. He had to go out there and pull that out. If he wouldn't have, he would have lost that fight. So.
Thank you so much for watching this video. And make sure to subscribe for more videos of your favorite fighters over here on Fight Up TV. And give us a follow online as well at Fight Up TV on Twitter and on Instagram. We appreciate it, guys.